¿Qué onda, mi gente? I need to confess something. This video will be completely different from our usual news episodes. Today, I'm taking you on a journey through the heart of Florida. We'll drive 234 miles to Orlando City Stadium, make stops in the charming towns of Winter Park and Mount Dora, and along the way, you'll discover why did Messi miss the most important Florida derby while secretly meeting fans on Miami streets? How can Jose Mourinho admit our GOAT made him a better manager? What does a $46 billion toy trend have to do with Rodrigo de Paul's fashion obsession? Why is Son Heung-min threatening Messi's MLS dominance from Los Angeles? How did Mascherano coach our team via cell phone after getting ejected? Why are we selling Calendar and Redondo while chasing impossible transfers? And could Lamine Yamal actually play where Messi lives in the first La Liga match ever outside Spain? No studio setup today, no perfectly planned segments, just raw emotion, a Tesla with 73% battery, and the most honest conversation we've ever had about what it means to follow this team. Brew some mate and make yourself comfortable, and prepare for the Inter-Miami travel experience like never before. But before we hit the road, let me tell you about the most beautiful encounter that proves Messi's true character. Standing before this Messi mural by Maximiliano Bagnasco, I need to expose the paradox that keeps me awake. We worship individual genius in a team sport, then act surprised when the team collapses without that individual. While we're standing at this mural, our GOAT was creating real magic on Miami streets. Just days ago, driving through Miami, Messi spotted a young Inter-Miami fan desperately wanting an autograph on his cleats. Instead of driving past like most celebrities, what does our captain do? Stops his car, waits patiently, has a warm conversation, signs those boots with a smile, and they wave at each other down the road. This is what separates legends from superstars. 875 career goals matter, but remembering that every fan counts, that's why he's the GOAT as a human being, not just a player. But that human touch becomes painful when the system demands he destroy his body for our entertainment. August 16th, Chase Stadium, LA Galaxy. Messi came on at halftime, clearly broken, wincing, grabbing that hamstring. Any rational coach benches him, but rationality doesn't sell tickets. Philosophical moment. We've created a system where legends must perform until they break, because the moment they stop, we forget they're human. But what happens when that human isn't there at all? While this Tesla charges, let me blow your mind with the exodus that's tearing our squad apart. Drake Calendar, 118 games, Leagues Cup MVP, Supporters Shield hero, traded to Charlotte FC for $750,000 GAM. The man who saved us in penalty shootouts, who was the last player from our original 2020 roster. The shocking part, reports say Drake wasn't even consulted about the trade. He was as surprised as we were. That's how ruthless this business can be, hermanos. But that's not all. Our Argentine prospect chose Europe over fighting for minutes. Federico Redondo, son of Real Madrid legend Fernando, sold to Elche for $2.5 million. After 60 appearances, the 22-year-old chose Spanish football over battling Messi and De Paul for minutes. But remember, that name Rodrigo de Paul, the man everyone said was just here for the Messi connection, proved them all wrong. August 6th against Pumas UNAM, Leagues Cup, no Messi. De Paul gets his first goal, a crucial equalizer on the stroke of halftime from a Luis Suarez cross. Chase Stadium erupted. Sometimes the answer to your prayers comes from the most unexpected places. Let's talk about our newest superstar's secret weapon that has 14 million Instagram followers going crazy. Do you think Messi has style? Wait until you see Motorcito's wardrobe. Miami Herald reports, fashion is the one thing that has always interested me. $400 Balenciaga shorts, custom Moncler luggage, fits that break the internet. But here's the wildest part that had the entire football world losing its mind. De Paul was spotted with a customized Labubu toy on his bag. What's a Labubu? These adorable elf creatures that have taken over sports, a $46 billion trend. Paul Pogba calls himself Labubu gang. Marcus Thuram carries them, even David Beckham's obsessed. De Paul's was extra special, Disney villain series wearing Argentina's jersey with his number 7. That's how you rep your country with style. Want to join the Labubu craze? Check our TikTok shop below. But fashion is surface level. What De Paul did on the field against impossible odds. Pure art that leads us to the spine of Florida. This highway carries 250,000 vehicles daily, more traffic than entire countries, but it also carries the weight of impossible expectations. Speaking of impossible expectations, the special one just dropped a confession that shook the football world. Jose Mourinho was asked which player helped him grow most as a manager. His answer, Messi, because every time I played against him, he forced me to think a lot. The man who mastered Clásicos, built Champions League winners, conquered every league, admits our GOAT made him better. When asked about the GOAT debate, Mourinho got defensive. It's unfair. 40 years ago in the rain, the ball weighed 10 kilos. Even trying to downplay it, he can't hide the respect. When football's greatest tactician says Messi forced him to evolve, that's the ultimate compliment. But Mourinho's respect means nothing when you face this fortress. Orlando City Stadium, 25,500 capacity, acoustically engineered to sound like 50,000. The Wall, 3,811. Standing fans never sat since 2017. Home record versus Miami. Perfect, 0 MLS defeats. MLS salary cap, 5.95 million base, but Messi alone earns more than Orlando's entire squad. So why drive toward certain heartbreak? Because sometimes pain teaches what success cannot. Before the storm, let me show you paradise and the new threat to Messi's MLS kingdom. Population, 29,131, smaller than one Inter Miami attendance. Average home price, $1.2 million. More millionaires per capita than Manhattan. They figured out what we haven't. Exclusivity creates value. But speaking of value, there's a new superstar who might actually challenge our GOAT's dominance. Son Heung-min just joined LAFC, and the numbers are scary. Remember Messi's 500,000 jersey sales in his first month. Son might smash that record. Here's why. 1.5 million Koreans live in LA County, plus 300,000 plus Korean Americans nationwide. LAFC jerseys selling out faster than restocks. Ticket prices jumped from $300 to $1,500. That's Messi-level inflation. Son just won Europa League with Tottenham. He's a global megastar with Korean precision versus Argentine magic. Competition makes everyone better. Bring it on. These connected lakes, metaphor for modern football, beautiful on surface, accessible only if you afford entry. Messi's arrival doubled ticket prices. We celebrated new fans while pricing out old ones. Are we building community or commodity? When tickets cost more than minimum wage, workers earn in a week. Cultural connection or financial exploitation? Orlando built their fortress through suffering. We bought ours through Instagram followers. That's why they were about to humble us. Florida's only mountain at 184 feet taught me something devastating about authenticity in modern football. Population, 16,341, smaller than Chase Stadium. 30-plus festivals annually. 0 chain restaurants since 1910. They chose poverty over profit, authenticity over expansion. But authenticity breeds frustration, and our homegrown star just went public with his anger. Benjamin Cremaschi told reporters, "I'm frustrated, I want to play. I go to games with no idea where I'm playing. Ouch. Playing wingback, winger, number 10, number 6. Everywhere except his preferred central midfield." Mascherano's classic response, "My office door is always open for complaints. I haven't heard any face-to-face." He compared it to his Barcelona days. "I wanted defensive midfield, but played center back because otherwise, no chance." With World Cup 2026 coming, every minute matters for Cremaschi's USMNT dreams. And speaking of frustration, our biggest transfer target collapsed in spectacular fashion. Gonzalo Piovi from Cruz Azul, deal reportedly done for $6 to $7 million. We wanted to pay until 2030. They wanted 3 years. Even Messi reportedly called Piovi personally, but Cruz Azul said no. Sometimes the deals that don't happen hurt most. POV would have been perfect for our system. Every institution faces this choice: serve community or shareholders, build slowly with integrity or quickly with capital. Mount Dora taught me authenticity wins eventually. Orlando was about to teach us the same lesson the hard way. Orlando City Stadium, built for $155 million versus our $350 million. Atmosphere, priceless versus worthless without Messi. Decibel level during goals, 127 decibels, louder than jet engines. Crowd temperature, 3.2 degrees warmer from body heat and passion. Tweet instead, team needed me close. The man coached us to victory via phone. That's 2025 football. Technology meets passion. Listen to those drums. Feel that energy. Purple smoke filling streets. This isn't pre-match. This is ritual warfare, and we walked right into it. August 10th at Inter & Company Stadium. Without Messi, our boys got destroyed 4-1 in what Mascherano called the most concerning performance of the season. Luis Muriel twice, Martin Ojeda, Marco Pasalic, our only bright spot, Yannick Bright's thunderous volley, his first Inter-Miami goal. But the moment that defined our desperation came in the 88th minute. Down 3-1, Luis Suarez spotted Pedro Gallese off his line and launched a shot from the center circle. The ball was sailing under the crossbar when Gallese made a spectacular diving save. That would have been goal of the century. Shots, Orlando 22, Miami 10. Possession, Orlando dominated despite 52.7% for Miami. Saves, Ustari made 8 but couldn't stop the avalanche. Distance covered, Orlando 11.2 km average, Miami 9.8 km. There was only one team on the field today, very hurt, very concerned. When your coach says he's very hurt, you know it was bad. Heartbreak only exists because love exists first. That 4-1 loss mattered because Inter Miami matters to us. But in football's beautiful cruelty, redemption was just 6 days away. 6 days later, our GOAT reminded everyone why he's still the king of this sport. Chase Stadium, August 16th. Messi returns from injury, plays only 45 minutes, changes everything. Jordi Alba opens scoring. Joseph Paintsil equalizes for Galaxy then. DePaul finds Messi outside the box. Our captain nutmegs Lucas Sanabria, curls that trademark left footer, Golazo, his 875th career goal, youngest player to reach this milestone in fewest matches, 1,116. 89th minute assist, back heel from 18-yard box that left everyone speechless. His 10th MLS assist this season. Mascherano admitted Messi wasn't 100% comfortable, but Leo is Leo. He's happiest on the field. The celebration felt incredible because we remembered the Orlando pain. 3 days later, without Messi again and with Mascherano coaching via phone, we needed a different kind of hero. Luis Suarez stepped up with 2 penalties, first in 23rd minute after VAR review, ice cold. Angel Correa equalized in 67th. But when Tigres fouled again in 89th, Suarez again, nerves of steel, 2-1 victory, semifinals secured. There's responsibility on experienced players because we know how these games are played, Suarez reflected. At 38, still clutch. Emotional moment. I'd love to retire with Leo. We've talked for years. I'm happy here. Feel good physically. But individual brilliance was about to face institutional revolution. What if I told you Messi's spiritual successor might play where Messi lives in the most revolutionary match in La Liga history? Barcelona wants to play Villarreal versus Barcelona on December 20th at Hard Rock Stadium, the same venue where we play. First official La Liga match ever outside Spain. Lamine Yamal, the 18-year-old already compared to our GOAT, playing where Messi calls home. The symbolism is incredible. Royal Spanish Football Federation approved the request on August 11th, passing it to UEFA and FIFA for final authorization. Florida's huge Spanish-speaking population, Barcelona's desperate global reconnection, La Liga president Javier Tebas pushing international games for years. This opens floodgates, Premier League in New York, Serie A in Los Angeles. The future of football is global. But can the past teach the future when revenge calls? But before revenge, we needed to prove something to ourselves. Without Messi, without Alba, could this team show character on the road? Audi Field, Washington, D.C. August 23rd, D.C. United, 11 games winless, eliminated from playoffs. Our boys walking in without our two biggest stars. Here's what gave me chills. Noah Allen, our academy product, wearing the captain's armband for the first time. 21 years old, leading men twice his age into battle. 13th minute, Jackson Hopkins scores. We're behind again without Messi. Are we only good with our GOAT? 64th minute, DePaul's corner kick, and there's Baltazar Rodriguez, 22 years old. 7th MLS appearance, bending a first-time shot into the side net. His first career MLS goal. Stoppage drama. Handball shouts, no penalty. VAR silent, whistle at 90+8. This wasn't pretty, this wasn't magical, but sometimes character matters more than brilliance. Sometimes proving you can get results without your superstar is the most important victory, and we'd need that fighting spirit for what came next. August 27th, League's Cup semifinal against the same Orlando City that destroyed us 4-1. This time at our house, Chase Stadium. This time we have revenge opportunity. Will Messi be healthy? Will Alba recover? Can we handle the pressure? Beautiful thing about football, you always get another chance. Orlando beat us when broken. Now let's see how they handle us when complete. We're still 6th in Eastern Conference with 46 points. Season far from over. Every setback sets up a comeback. Our Pink Warriors will be ready. 500 miles through Florida's heart taught us everything about modern football. From Wynwood's artistic soul to Mount Dora's zero-chain restaurants, from Mourinho's respect to Sun's challenge, from La Liga's revolution to our squad's evolution, every mile revealed that football is bigger than any single result, any single player, any single moment. Pain teaches what success cannot. Authenticity beats celebrity. Community transcends commodity. Which story shocked you most? Mascherano's phone coaching, Sun threatening Messi's dominance, Lamine Yamal potentially coming to Miami? Drop your Orlando revenge predictions below. Smash that like button if this journey moved you. We're going for 1,000 likes. Subscribe for more adventures, and let's make noise for our boys. As always, feel the pulse, catch the buzz.